Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is Toledo School for the Arts versus Central Catholic. Be prepared to be captivated by some cranial kung fu. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it gonna be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It is Toledo School for the Arts versus Central Catholic. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for Toledo School for the Arts, or TSA, led by Coach Burchett. In slot number 1, we have Elijah, a senior. In slot number 2, we have Ryan, a senior. And in slot number 3, we have Liam, a junior. And for Central Catholic, led by Coach Farina and White. In slot number 1, we have Isabella, a senior. In slot number 2, we have Joel, a junior. And in slot number 3, we have Alexander, a senior. All right, first round goes a little something like this. Toss-up round, 10 questions, 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, not after, and you can, I repeat, you can steal a question in this round. TSA, Central Catholic, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Toss-up round starts right now. Multiple choice question. Buck, the 140-pound dog of The Call of the Wild, was a cross between a Scotch Shepherd and what other dog breed? Was it A, a Bulldog, B, a St. Bernard, or C, a Beagle? That would be TSA. Liam?
B.
B, St. Bernard is correct. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. These lines, penned by Emma Lazarus, are inscribed on what famous landmark? That would be TSA. Liam?
Statue of Liberty.
Correct. What do we call cells with no specific function that can, under certain conditions, produce cells that can become a specific type? That would be TSA. Liam?
Stem cells.
They are indeed stem cells. This United States president earned the nickname Old Rough and Ready for his service in the Mexican War. That would be TSA. Ryan?
Roosevelt.
Incorrect. He died in office in 1850. What was his name? Was it A, William Henry Harrison, B, James K. Polk, or C, Zachary Taylor? Central Catholic, chance to steal. That'd be Joel.
Zachary Taylor.
Zachary Taylor is correct. You're watching the giant slalom events. What sport are you watching? That would be Central Catholic. Alexander?
Skiing.
Skiing is correct. The phylum Arthropod contains invertebrates that have jointed legs and an exoskeleton. What class of arthropods includes sea creatures such as lobster? And that would be Central Catholic. Alexander?
Crustaceans.
Crustaceans is correct. O. Henry tells a touching story about a husband and wife who want to surprise each other with presents, and they make great personal sacrifices. That would be Central Catholic. Alexander?
The Gift of the Magi.
Gift of the Magi, correct. Used in the pages of many a murder mystery as the poison to kill the victim, it is an element with an atomic number of 33. It is also used as an insecticide. What is this substance with a chemical symbol of AS? That would be TSA. Liam?
Arsenic.
Arsenic, yes. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe is perhaps one of his most famous poems. A student is visited by a raven that speaks. What is that would be TSA. Ryan?
Nevermore.
Nevermore, the only word the raven says, yes. Deposits of this type of soil erode easily. Identify this soil, which is found by wind-blown dust in Asian deserts, the eastern Mississippi Valley, and parts of the Pacific Northwest. That would be TSA. Liam?
Sand.
Incorrect. Central Catholic, chance to steal. That would be Alexander.
Topsoil.
Incorrect. We needed Loess there. Loess. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. Well, we got ourselves a very close competition. Toledo School for the Arts hit 50, Central Catholic at 40, but we're just getting warmed up. Stick around. Risk and rewards coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game, Toledo School for the Arts, 50, Central Catholic 40, a very close competition indeed. It is now time to move to our risk and reward round. In this round, both teams are going to get the same questions. The first 9, 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can play a little bit looser on them buzzers. 10th question, however, is the risk and reward question. We're going to give you a topic. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments based upon that topic. You get it right, you get the points. You get it wrong or a no answer, lose those points. However, if you don't like the topic, you can simply pass. Central Catholic 40, Toledo School for the Arts. You're sticking around. Central Catholic, off to isolation you go. Bye-bye. All right, Toledo School for the Arts, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Risk and reward for you starts right now. Name the author of The Adventures of Pinocchio.
No idea.
Time. Carlo Collodi is what we needed there. Multiple choice question. In what year did Bacon's Rebellion take place? Was it A, 1680, B, 1676, or C, 1701?
16 something. 16.
That would be Liam.
1680?
1680.
Incorrect, 1676. The adult spine is made up of 5 different types of bones. How many bones comprise the human spine? That would be Liam.
21.
Close, 26. 26. Intricacy, the state or quality of being complicated and detailed. Spell intricacy. That would be Ryan.
INTRICACY.
Correct. Multiple choice. What musical instrument is the Amati family famous for making? Is it A, violins, B, pianos, or C, guitars?
No. What piano?
That would be Liam.
Piano.
Incorrect, violins. What is the narrowest part of the English Channel?
Dunkirk.
I don't
Go,
think that's the
go.
answer. Go.
That would be Liam.
What was it? Dunkirk.
Incorrect, the Strait of Dover. At which Danish castle is the Shakespearean drama Hamlet set? That would be Liam.
Dublin.
Incorrect, Elsinore. In what state was the Comstock lode one of the largest metal-yielding veins of gold and silver located?
Nevada, maybe?
That would be Liam.
California.
Incorrect, Nevada. The Alamo is most closely associated with which war?
Mexican American.
That would be Elijah.
Mexican American?
Incorrect, Texas's War of Independence. Risk and reward time, and the topic is colors. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments on the topic of colors, or you can pass. TSA, what do you think?
15.
15 points on colors. What basic color does ecru represent? E-C-R-U.
Green.
That would be Liam.
Blue.
Incorrect. It's a tan or light brown. Negative 15 points for you, and that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. TSA, it is now time for you to head out the door, and off to isolation you go. All right, Central Catholic, come on in. Are you ready for risk and reward?
Yes, sir.
Starts right now. Name the author of The Adventures of Pinocchio. That would be Joel.
Williams.
Incorrect. Carlo Collodi is what we needed there. Multiple choice question. In what year did Bacon's Rebellion take place? Was it A, 1680, B, 1676, or C, 1701? That would be Joel.
B.
Correct. 1676. The adult spine is made up of 5 different types of bones. How many bones comprise the human spine? That will be Joel.
9.
26.
I was so close.
Intricacy, the state or quality of being complicated and detailed. Spell intricacy. That would be Alexander.
I-N-T-R-A-C-A-C-Y. Intricacy.
Close. I-N-T-R-I-C-A-C-Y. Another multiple choice question. What musical instrument is the Amati family famous for making? Is it A, violins, B, pianos, or C, guitars? That would be Joel.
Violins.
Violins is correct.
So
What is the narrowest part of the English Channel? That would be Joel.
the English Canal.
Incorrect. It's the Strait of Dover. At which Danish castle is the Shakespearean drama Hamlet set? That would be Joel.
The Hamlet Castle.
Incorrect. Great guess. Wrong, but it's Elsinore is what you were looking for. In what state was the Comstock lode, one of the largest metal-yielding veins of gold and silver, located? That'd be Joel.
California.
Incorrect. Nevada. The Alamo is most closely associated with which war? That would be Joel.
Mexican-American War.
Incorrect. Texas War of Independence. Risk and reward time. The topic is colors. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments, or you can pass.
We're going to push the chips in. We're going to go all the way here, 30.
30 points. All right. What basic color does ecru represent? E-C-R-U. That would be Joel.
Red.
Incorrect. It's a tan or a light brown. Negative points for you, Central Catholic, and that ends the risk and reward round for you. It's now time to clear our scores, and let's bring back in TSA. Welcome back to Toledo School for the Arts. Let's see where we stand. Central Catholic has 30 points. Toledo School for the Arts has 45 points. Very close competition indeed. Stick around. Things are just warming up. Category round is next, where questions are worth 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 points, and deductions start. Stay tuned. Welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Toledo School for the Arts, 45. Central Catholic, 30 points. Before we get to our next round, though, let's welcome for Central Catholic in slot number 1, let's welcome Jack, a senior. All right, this is our category round. In this round, the power now shifts to you, our players. 6 categories to choose from. Inside each category are questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But red alert, that's right, deductions start now. If you go for 15, you're risking 15 points. There is a double or nothing question hiding in there. Could be a game changer. We're going to find out. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can, I repeat, you can steal a question in this round. Okay, Central Catholic, you're at 30. You get to make the first selection.
Tools for 30.
Tools for 30, the image category. Identify the tool in this picture. That would be Central Catholic. Alexander.
A lathe.
A lathe is correct. Central Catholic maintains control and takes the lead.
25.
Tools for 25. That would be TSA. Liam.
Circular saw.
We cannot accept circular saw. Central Catholic. Alexander.
A miter saw.
It is indeed a miter saw, yes.
20.
20 points for tools. Identify the tool in this picture. That would be Central Catholic. Alexander.
A level.
A level is correct.
15.
15 for tools. Identify this. That would be Central Catholic. Alexander.
Pliers.
Pliers, yes.
10.
10, finishing off this category. That would be TSA. Liam.
Jigsaw.
Incorrect. Central Catholic, chance to steal. That would be Jack.
Buzzsaw.
Incorrect. That is the circular saw that we were looking for. Central Catholic still in control.
African capitals for 30.
African capitals for 30 points. I will name the African nation. You will reply with the capital. Madagascar. That would be TSA. Elijah.
Malagasy.
Incorrect. Central Catholic. Chance to steal. Time. Antananarivo is what we needed there. Central Catholic in control.
25.
African capitals for 25 points. Lesotho. We needed Maseru there. Maseru. Central Catholic still in control.
Movie trivia for 30.
Movie trivia for 30 points. In the 2022 movie The Batman, who played the Penguin? TSA, Ryan.
Colin Farrell.
Correct. TSA takes back control.
Movie trivia for 25.
Movie trivia for 25 now. In the movie Avatar, name the main human, a paraplegic former soldier. Time. The character's name was Jake Sully. TSA in control.
Movie trivia for 20.
Movie trivia now for 20 points. This is the double or nothing question. Again, open to all buzzers. Double the points, no risk. What is the name of the main character in the 2006 animated movie Cars? That would be TSA, Ryan.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen is correct. Double the points.
Movie trivia for 15.
Movie trivia for 15 points. In the movie Free Guy, what is the name of the video game world the main character lives in? Time. Lives in Free City. TSA in control.
Movie trivia for 10.
For 10 points, movie trivia. In the movie Dune, what is the name of the valuable resource? That would be TSA, Liam.
Spice.
Spice, yes, looking for spice. TSA in control.
Medical conditions for 30.
Medical conditions for 30 points. What painful condition occurs when the ligaments that connects to the heel to the toes, and that would be Central Catholic, Alexander.
Plantar fasciitis.
Correct. Central Catholic in control.
25.
Medical conditions?
Yes, sir.
Copy that. What medical condition occurs when the tissue layers that line the lungs and inner chest wall become inflamed? That would be TSA, Ryan.
Bronchitis.
Incorrect. Central Catholic, chance to steal.
I'm not certain enough. Yeah, but I don't
Time. Pleurisy is what we needed there. Pleurisy. Central Catholic in control.
Same category, 20.
Medical conditions now for 20 points. What condition occurs when the passageways to the lungs becomes inflamed? That would be TSA, Ryan.
Would that be bronchitis?
That is indeed bronchitis, yes. TSA now in control.
Medical conditions for 15.
Medical conditions now for 15. What muscular disorder causes the spine to curve to one side? That would be Central Catholic, Alexander.
Scoliosis.
Scoliosis is correct. Central Catholic snatches back control.
Sure.
Business for 30.
Business acronyms for 30 points. I will give you an acronym used in business. You provide the meaning. FTE. Time. Full-time employee. Central Catholic in control.
Same category, 25, please.
Acronyms in business 25. CRM. Time. Customer relationship management. Central Catholic, your choice.
6-letter verbs, 30, please.
6-letter verbs for 30 points. I will define a verb, each consisting of 6 letters, followed by the first letter of each verb. You are to identify the given verb. To annoy another with frequent requests or questions. The letter is, that would be TSA. Ryan.
Pester.
Pester, yes. TSA in control.
Medical conditions for 10.
Medical conditions for 10 points. What chronic disease results when the pancreas fails to make enough insulin? That would be Central Catholic, Joel.
Diabetes.
Diabetes is correct. Central Catholic again back in control. Back and forth.
African capitals for 20.
African capitals for 20 points. Cameroon. That would be Central Catholic. Alexander.
Yaoundé.
Yaoundé is correct.
Same category, 15.
African capitals for 15 points. Ghana. Time, not in time. Accra is what we needed there. Central Catholic in control.
Same category, 10.
African capitals, 10 points. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Toledo School for the Arts, 85. Central Catholic, 185. Still anybody's game. Stick around. Brainstorm round is coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We have Toledo School for the Arts at 85, Central Catholic at 185. Still anybody's game. But before we get to it, let's welcome some players. Returning for Central Catholic is Isabella in slot number 1. And joining us for the first time in this game in slot number 3 for TSA is Oliver, a junior. Welcome to you. All right, this is the brainstorm round. All questions in this round are 20 points apiece. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, but no stealing. I repeat, no stealing in this round. We move immediately to the next question. If we end up in a tie, we move immediately to a tiebreaker question series. Sound good? All right. Sure. Brainstorm starts right now. Who is the creator of James Bond? That will be TSA. Ryan.
Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming is correct. What is the only Great Lake lying entirely in the United States? That would be TSA. Elijah.
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan is correct. What type of compound generally produces opposite reactions to an acid? That would be Central Catholic. Alexander.
Base.
Base is correct. What company was the first to launch a privately funded spacecraft to orbit Earth? That would be Central Catholic. Joel.
SpaceX.
SpaceX is correct. In the sport of archery, how many fletchlings are on an arrow? That would be TSA. Oliver.
3.
3 is correct. When driven by the wind, snow forms drifts. What does sand form when driven by? That would be TSA. Oliver.
Dunes.
Dunes is correct. What is the capital of the state of South Carolina? TSA. Elijah.
Charlottetown.
Incorrect. Columbia. Name the first president to be inaugurated in Washington, D.C. TSA. Elijah.
Thomas Jefferson.
Correct. Where in your body are the longest neurons found? That will be Central Catholic. Alexander.
Spine.
Will we accept spine? We will accept spine, yes. Give the complement of a 77-degree angle. TSA. Ryan.
123.
Incorrect. 13 degrees. In electricity, potential difference is also known by what term? In time? Yes, so that would be TSA. Ryan.
Ampere.
Incorrect. Voltage. A capon has been castrated. What type of farm animal is a capon? That would be Central Catholic. Alexander.
Chicken.
Incorrect. Rooster. What does the internet-related abbreviation HTML stand for? Time. Hypertext markup language. In what country did the religion of Islam originate? TSA. Elijah.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is correct. What is the radix of our decimal system? Time. 10. To which organ does the Let's take a look at our score. We have Toledo School for the Arts 145, and our winner with 225 is Central Catholic. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's come out, meet in the middle, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.